Welcome back to the Workbench After Hours podcast. My name is Keith, and I'm your host. This is where we talk about the firearms community, shop talk, and everyday life experiences. Welcome back to the Workbench After Hours podcast, guys. This is episode 5. Again, we have Chris and Hunter with us today. And today we're going to be talking about a couple guns that these guys are looking for. Now that Hunter's finally shot his Glock 17, he's got the itch to try out some other guns. So he's going to explain what he's looking for and why. And then the same thing with Chris. He's going to talk about what he's looking for next and why he's choosing those guns. And then we're going to talk about his extensive shoe collection and just some other hobbies that you know we're into outside of guns. Because that's just one thing that we have. So, Chris, I guess, do you want to let us know what your next investment's going to be?
My next investment. So I was looking at the Glock 19. It's everybody's favorite gun,
right?
So and the Smith & Wesson MP 2.0. I've been kind of doing research. I like both of them. I like the way they feel. They both are really great guns, but I want something I can carry, and they're both 9mm, so I went with those. And then I think I like the Smith & Wesson just a little bit more because of the grip. It's so aggressive.
Yep.
And when I shot it, it was like your hand could be soaking wet in oil and that thing will still not move. So
you don't think that's going to be too big to conceal and carry?
Well, they got that 4-inch barrel. That's the one I'm really looking at compared to the standard size, so a little bit smaller. And the only thing I'm worried about is I've been reading people saying that since it does have that aggressive texture on its grip, that your shirt will sometimes catch it, and then you can start identifying, oh, he's carrying. So
yeah. Yeah, the one good thing about winter, though, is it's a lot easier to conceal. Like when you're wearing a hoodie like that or a sweatshirt or whatever, it's easier to conceal versus summer. I know I go towards more of a Glock 43 in the summer just because it's slimmer, a lot smaller and easier. It doesn't print as much because usually, you're just wearing a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And I don't like super baggy clothes.
Is the 19 a compact or subcompact?
It's technically a compact.
Okay, and then what would be the next step down? That'd be subcompact then?
Yeah, subcompact. So like Glock 26 or the 43, that's when you start getting into the really small guns.
They still shoot like 9, or is it a smaller round then when you start getting that small?
They have subcompacts that'll shoot 45, 10mm. So whatever you want to shoot. Obviously, the bigger the round, smaller the gun, the more kick it's going to have or stuff like that. But obviously most popular carry round right now is the 9mm.
Yeah. Well, that, and I also think that I think in the summer I'd probably go back to what I'm carrying now because it is such a small gun and I can just put it in a phone case.
What do you have now?
I've got a Ruger LCP Custom.
Okay.
Little 380. So I could carry that in the summer. In the winter, carry either the Smith & Wesson or the Glock is what I'm probably going to aim towards.
Yeah, and I told him, why not just get both?
Yeah, it's just money, right? Just throw it at it.
Exactly. Well, get both, and then, if you end up not liking one or not using one as much, then sell it. But
yeah.
Have you?
That thing's tiny. I just had to look it up. That's so small.
Yeah. Did you? When we went shooting the other, what was it, last week or so? Did you try? My cousin had a Glock 19. Did you try it at all?
No, but I've shot it a couple of times out at the range with other people when they had theirs. So.
And did you shoot my Smith & Wesson back when I had one?
Yep. And then I just love the texture and the grip of it. That's the reason why I like that gun so much.
Yeah, I'm a Glock guy, but I loved those M2s from Smith & Wesson. I tend to almost shoot those better than the Glocks.
Yeah, it's just decisions.
Right? What about you, Hunter? What are you leaning towards now?
Well, who knows how far off in the future it's actually going to be by the time I get one. But I was in an academy the other day, and they had a shield. What was it?
M&P Shield?
Yeah, it was the M&P Shield, but it was the
Performance Center?
Performance Center one that already had the night sights and everything on it. So I held that for a long time. I really liked the feeling in my hand. And Austin, a buddy of mine, he's got a shield, and he says he absolutely loves it. But I also was looking at maybe the SIG P365 either the X or the XL. I don't know. I think I've held your XL one time, but I hadn't shot a gun yet. I wasn't really paying attention that much.
Right.
So I want to hold it again to just get a feeling of it. Maybe even like go to a range and if somebody has one, test them both out, see what I like better. But I think before I get an AR, which will be the next like big purchase that I do, I want something because like I have, the 17, I'm just keeping at home or, going to shoot at the range or whatever, but just keeping it home for home defense. And that's something I kind of want to do some custom stuff to. But in terms of like a carry gun, I think that's the next thing I should get. And so in between those two, unless I find something else that I like more, but I doubt it.
We warned you. This is an addicting hobby.
I know.
And an expensive one. It's not like disc golf where it's you go spend $20 on a disc and that's it.
I was on my iPad sitting on the couch the other day, and my wife walks up behind me and goes, "Are you just sitting there looking at fucking guns right now?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, that's really entertaining." Like,
It is.
Is that what you do now? I was like, "Well,
It's
you
fun.
know."
Got to look them up and then watch YouTube videos on reviews and
Yeah. That's the best thing, I think, is YouTube. It's so resourceful.
yeah, a lot of the big gun channels have typically what you're going to be looking for.
Yep.
And they'll do the tabletop reviews, but also take it out shooting and give their opinion. So kind of weigh that with your needs and stuff. So
Yeah, it'll be a little interesting. And speaking of upgrades, I think you got something, didn't you?
Yes, after we went shooting, I didn't notice anything until we went and shot. I shot that next day with my father-in-law and brother-in-law at Centerfire, and Mason, my brother-in-law, had a SIG, and I can't remember what model it is, but it's got it's like the Marine edition,
Okay, like it's got a green color towards it.
Well, it's still black, but it has something to do with the barrels, like it can fire underwater. Something weird. It's like it's meant for way more wear and tear. It's like the Marine. I don't know exactly what it is, but anyways, part of that gun, the trigger package on it was at a 3.5 pound pull, and I was way more accurate with his gun than I was with the Glock. So I went home that night and bought this LWD connector, 3.5 pound connector that I'm gonna have Keith help me install from Lone Wolf. And I also was trying to buy sights, and Keith's like, "Well, hold on, I might be able to get you something at cost." So we'll see if he'll ever help me out with that.
yeah, I will. I just in order to get free shipping, I have to have a certain amount in my cart to be able to. I think so.
Well, now it's time to stock up because you just had a really successful gun show, right?
Yeah, I did. We had the Topeka, Kansas gun show this weekend, and is that actually a lot better than the Overland Park one that we had last month.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the one last month, was so close to Christmas, people weren't wanting to spend, big money on guns or anything. So yeah, I did sell quite a few guns this time, which was nice. So now I can kind of restock with some different stuff. And I was talking to another dealer up there. It's like, so Glocks used to be so real easy. So I would always, keep Glocks in stock, especially Glock 19, 48s, the stuff that are popular for carry. Well, now I've had those and nobody's buying them. And, strip lowers were popular as well. Like I'd sell those like crazy, but now they're not selling like they used to. It's hard to gauge what people are going to want now. Because I think everybody panic bought,
And it just flooded the market.
yeah, and so everybody that was looking for a strip lower kind of bought it, and so they don't need it anymore. And so it's just trying to decide what to keep in stock.
Yeah.
I know now the most recent thing is the Zastava ZPAP M70 AK. Every time I get one of those sell out real quick. But again, they're hard to get, so I can only get about 2 at a time if I do find them.
Yeah, well,
So-
you should restock on those for sure then.
I know. It's just if my suppliers have them in stock. So that's the one thing that's tough about being a gun business is what do you keep in stock? What's gonna move?
What's the new big thing?
Yeah, because I hate sitting on inventory because it's you don't have that cash flow coming in. So
Well, it's kind of nice too now, I guess. It's probably been a while since you've done a big inventory restock. Now that you've got the YouTube channel and you're actually needing more content, needing more guns to strip down and everything like that, you can probably get some guns that you typically wouldn't carry, do the breakdown of that, and hopefully they sell pretty quick. And
Yep. Yeah, I was looking, and tomorrow I might buy the IWI Tavor X95. It's a bullpup rifle. I had one several years ago before I did anything with YouTube. Man, those things are just cool.
What's a bullpup rifle?
It's basically a shortened down version of an AR. Like the bolt and everything's in the back of the gun, kind of like hidden within the stock. It's still a 16-inch barrel. It's just kind of all
like subcompact. Almost.
Yeah, it's like a subcompact. It's really cool. I'll obviously show it to you when I get it, but it's just cool. And there's zero. I know there's really no recoil with an AR, but this literally has zero recoil at all, and it's just a neat kind of cool gun.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, we shot that a couple of times at the range, I think.
We did outside. I had a red dot mounted
Yep.
to it, and that one was in flat dark earth. The only one that my supplier has right now is black, but it's just really cool. I want to get it again, do some videos on it, and maybe take it shooting.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like the G36 from Call of Duty. That's how I recognize it, or maybe not the G6, something AUG. I don't know.
Yep.
But yeah, those look cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
You got a red dot for it?
I have the SIG Romeo 5 for it. I'll probably throw it on there because it does have pop-up iron sights, but those are okay.
Put a red dot on it. And
Actually sighted in this time.
Yeah.
So yeah, might take it back out to my cousins and get some shooting videos with it. It was fun.
Time to go shoot.
I know. So outside of guns,
You guys just letting your ice melt there, or what?
oh yeah. Okay, moving on to our next subject here. What do we have here, Chris?
This is a Jim Beam single barrel. Found it at the liquor store. Never tried it. And I know we tried Jack Daniels, the Blaytons, and had a couple other ones, but I know we like Jim Beam also. So
Yeah, Jim Beam is my go-to.
yeah, so I was like, oh, let's try Jim Beam and see how he does with his single barrel.
Yeah, I didn't even know they had a single barrel until I saw this a couple weeks ago at the liquor store.
That was the first time I've seen it, so I was like, oh, time to add it to the collection.
It's the popular thing now, so I'm sure everybody's gonna have them.
Yeah, and it's definitely a higher percentage. It's what is it?
Can't remember.
108
proof.
Yeah, 108 proof, so 54% alcohol. So definitely higher than
Regular whiskey.
the regular stuff that we drink. So yeah,
It's gonna be hot.
crack that baby open and we'll try it.
We'll try it.
So Hunter is still on his no drinking this month.
Dry January.
Yep. So that was one of his goals that we've discussed. I think in episode 4.
Day 17.
I tried to get him to drink last night for the Chiefs playoff game, but he
know how
held
you did.
up.
Nothing compared to what my dad was putting me through when I was over at his house a little bit earlier. Yeah, he had a really nice bottle of tequila, and he's like, come on, let's just have a drink. I'm like, Dad, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. All right, pussy. Okay.
What do you think?
Smooth. It doesn't have that pepper kick as the Jack Daniels.
Man, that's dangerous.
That's real smooth.
It is.
And this should drop, what, this Friday, right?
Yeah, so I'm trying to drop the podcast every Friday. I think the launch time I have scheduled usually is about 8 a.m.
So we will still be high off of our win over Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh.
Steelers.
Yep.
Getting ready for
And
Buffalo.
Big Ben is probably his last game, or Big has been.
Yeah, he had a rough season,
Ooh.
to say the
Yeah.
least. But yeah, we played them, a few weeks ago in regular season.
Mm-hmm.
I just dominated them, and I knew we were going to win, but I'm like, well, they've seen our game plan. Are they going to change things up and just somehow stop us?
Yeah, that first quarter was brutal to
Yeah.
watch, though.
It was
I
all
was nervous.
It was all defense the first quarter for sure.
I can't remember what the broadcaster's name was, but he was like, Travarius Ward's lucky that, Roethlisberger didn't throw that an extra 10 yards, otherwise that would have been a touchdown. It was like, no one was worried he's going to be able to throw it. That's as far as he could throw it. He wasn't going to throw it an extra 10 yards, so
Yeah.
feel bad for the guy, but
Yeah, but I mean, at least his last game was a playoff game.
he had,
I mean,
2 Super Bowls?
2 Super Bowls, 3 appearances, I think. So and he's probably a Hall of Famer in the future.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What's he, 39? How old's Brady, 44?
I think
Too
40,
old.
44-ish.
Retire.
I don't know, man.
Brady looks half of Ben's
Oh,
age,
yeah, 'cause
and he's older than him. It's crazy.
I'm a Brady fan. Just my family's from Boston, so grew up, liking the Patriots, rooting for the Patriots, and you like Tom Brady. And even though he's no longer with the Patriots, I still like Tom Brady.
He's such a punk. I was born in Boston. I still won't root for that.
I can't stand him.
Chiefs all day, baby.
Chiefs all day. I hate Brady.
Oh well, yeah. Obviously, in the Super Bowl last year, I was rooting for the Chiefs and not
I just
Tom Brady.
hate
but,
Brady
Yeah,
in
sure
general.
you were.
But yeah, this year, oh man, I hope we do make it to the Super Bowl. I don't know if I'd want to play the Buccaneers again, though.
I wouldn't be too worried. I mean, we got an offensive line now, and we're not having our third string
Third and
offensive
fourth
line
string. Yeah.
come in and try to block their front four. So
What also is crazy about yesterday, and I don't want to jinx anything, knock on wood, but nobody got hurt yesterday.
yeah,
How the hell does that happen? That was the big thing. Like, you didn't get number one seed. You guys fucked up. You're going to have to, you don't get the bye. Just another chance for someone to get hurt. Not only did it seem like at the end we kind of like, everything came together, but we also didn't get anybody hurt. So it was like two great things came out of it. So
yeah, that and I think McKinnon stepping up.
holy
I
hell
was
did
like-
he have a game?
I was like, God dang, we don't even need Clyde Edwards.
Yeah,
Helaire.
Larry, you can stay here.
Yeah,
No.
I was like, I don't know. I think Hilaire's too small. I think just for running the ball.
After yesterday's game, McKinnon now has more catches than
Yeah, that's
than
my whole
Hilaire
thing.
has.
Like,
It's crazy.
if Hilaire could do what he does on the passing game, it'd be a different story. But
How about that throwing touchdown from Kelsey?
Kelsey.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
I thought he was gonna hit Mahomes out there
Mm-hmm.
because Holmes was open too, and I was like, oh, come on.
And then the lineman.
yep,
Yeah,
getting his touch-
Allegretti.
Yeah, Allegretti getting his reception.
Mahomes said after the game interview that Kelsey was not to throw him the ball, even if he was wide open, because obviously you don't want your quarterback getting tackled or
Yeah.
anything like that. So I know Kelsey was not. He knew he wasn't going to throw to Pat Mahomes.
That would have been awesome, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
how cool would that have been? But I get it.
Yep,
Yeah, I mean it was a physical game.
it was. And I watched a little bit of the Dallas game before that, and
What an embarrassing game for them, huh?
yeah, I was like, whoa, what's going on here?
That last play could have worked, but it was executed poorly.
Well, that and the ref, I don't know what the ref was thinking, standing 30 yards back as he's just watching him run. Like, he forgot what he was doing,
Yeah.
too.
And
I was
then
like,
getting in the way before they could spike it.
yeah.
But it's not like if they would have got that ball spot. I mean, that gave them one more chance. It's not like it was
Yeah.
field goal,
I think that was the worst play call you could have done.
But
Should've
what's
ran
really
that earlier.
terrifying is the Bills just
Yeah.
wrecked the Patriots.
And that is who we are playing next.
Yep. So
Which stinks is because we played the Bills, who beat us last time we played them.
But we beat them the two times before last year.
Yep. And then
we also played them in like what was that it was way before. It was before
like week
anything was
4.
going. Week 4, week
Yeah.
5, before the defense or our offense was doing
Clicking.
anything.
Yeah.
It's going to be a different game. But Allen scored a touchdown on his. Is either scored a touchdown or just scored in general on the first 7 drives of the game.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, it was like 7 drives straight.
They didn't punt. No, they didn't have. I don't think they had punted or had a field goal the entire game. I think it was just pure touchdowns.
what's scary is the last AFC teams left are ones that beat us.
Yeah.
Titans beat us.
Bengals.
Bengals just beat us. And then the Bills just beat us the last time we played them. So that's the only thing that worries me. Steelers, I wasn't really worried about the Steelers. We whooped them a few weeks ago, but man, we didn't look good against the Bengals.
I don't like to make excuses though, but the refs fucked us in that Bengals game.
Yeah, they did.
We had some terrible calls go against
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
I think we'll be fine, and that Cruz that did the Bengals and he even did the Raiders, they got kicked. They're not allowed
Yeah.
to do another playoff game.
Oh
again,
yeah,
so
yeah. They're not. That's so,
So-
That
funny.
whole
Thank God.
crew is
Yeah.
not allowed to do another playoff game, which is nice.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
We don't have to worry about that, but
Yeah. Did any of you watch the championship game for college? Oh man,
I'm not a fan of college football.
I used to not be, but I've been getting into it lately. I think the officiating is top notch compared to the NFL.
I watched it. I flipped back and forth between it, but I didn't actually actively watch the game.
Yeah.
Man, Alabama's in it again.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
I
so
thought it
glad
was
they
good.
lost, though.
I was happy. I was just watching it
Well, because Georgia, when was the last time Georgia won?
40 years ago.
Yeah, so it's cool that they won and beat
Yeah.
Alabama.
Yeah, knocked the king of the hill off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good to see. But I don't know. I went to a D2 school, so
Yeah,
if I
I
am going to
know.
root for somebody, it's going to be the Jayhawks, but they suck.
Yeah, that's true.
So, college basketball is different.
Yeah.
KU is actually decent at
They're
college
blue blood,
basketball.
They better be.
So, sometimes I'll watch. I just haven't had any time the past 2 years to
Yeah.
watch any college basketball.
I
either.
haven't had any time to watch it this year. Usually I watch every game. So
How about them Avalanche, though, right? They're
Couldn't tell
killing it right now.
I don't know where's the Avalanche at?
Colorado.
One of these buttons on here is crickets. Maybe I should have had that lined up for when you
Hell
asked that
no.
question.
Why don't you just go ahead? Why don't you just go ahead, start watching? You'll be like, man, hockey or football's about over. Hockey's the way to go. Nice physical sport.
The
Think
only
you guys can get
hockey
into
I've
it.
ever watched was the Mighty Ducks. And I even watched the little TV series, but that was it.
If I'm going to root for a hockey team, it's going to be the Bruins, because Kansas City doesn't have one,
Yeah.
and again, my family's from Boston, so we root for Boston teams as well. So I would have to root for the Bruins.
Yeah, I've never really got into
Come
hockey.
on, I know you lived in Colorado too, but you were also born in Boston.
Born in Boston, was there for 2 weeks. Have no affiliation with it.
Yeah.
Just my birth certificate.
So, this shoe collection of yours, Chris.
It's not really a collection. I just like having lots of shoes.
Yeah, lots is an understatement. I would.
It's not that bad. It really is not. Compared to other people that I know, I'm considered a rookie in their eyes.
Man, my wife says I have a lot of shoes. I don't. I have like one pair of actual boots that I wear, a few sneakers, and that's it. Whereas I look in her closet, and it's just a mound of
Shoes.
catch-all shoes. Like they're not even like with me. I like to keep pairs together,
Yep.
stuff like that. No, hers is just a mound
Yeah.
of stuff. I'm
What
like, how do you even
kind of
find?
sociopath doesn't keep their pairs together?
Right? It's
I mean-
like, okay, this shoe. Now where's the other one? You got to sit there and dig through it.
That's wild.
Yeah, she has a ton of shoes, but of course she's a girl, and girls do that. And what makes me so mad is her shoes are so much cheaper than like ours.
Yeah, I mean, when I do go look for shoes, I'm going to like Adidas outlets because it's a lot cheaper than spending real money like that. But
Right. Like she'll find a pair of boots for like $20.
Yeah.
They look nice and everything, and they're the the long ones that come up, and $20. If I go buy a pair of decent tennis shoes, you're looking minimum $50.
Yeah.
And then heck, boots. I mean, I'm looking at a pair of boots from Boot Barn. They're like 160.
Yeah, usually 120 and up for boots.
Mhm.
But usually my shoes, I do like Ultra Boost a lot. That's what I got a lot of. And they are really expensive. But usually I've been buying them when they're already on sale or on clearance at Adidas. So I'm getting them at like half price and sometimes even cheaper than that. And I can justify like $80 for a pair of tennis shoes compared to like 200. So
So if you had to put a number to it, how many pairs of shoes do you think you own?
I have no idea.
More than 50.
I don't think I do. I don't think I have 50. I would guess probably 36 pairs.
Where do you house them all?
Well, I got my closet, and then like right when we walk in, we got like a little shoe holder.
Mm-hmm.
So I got some there along with my boots, and then upstairs we got our walk-in closet, and I got shelving, and I got them there, and then I got a couple that, like my everyday shoes are right by my bed. So
How does your wife feel about the number of shoes that you have?
she can't talk because she's got more shoes than I do, and she's like, "Well, you got too many." And one of the guys heard it at Adidas, like, "Well, how many do you got?" I was like, "I don't know, maybe 30 pairs." He goes, "Psh, "That's child's play. I've got over 300." And I was like,
Oh my God.
"Honey, I don't want you to ever say that I've got too many shoes until I'm on that level."
I never got collecting stuff like that in such excess because, one, you could never wear them all.
Yeah.
Do you just sit there and stare at them? Like, what's the...
Well, usually I match them with whatever I'm wearing. So, like my
Not
hoodie-
in your case. I'm
Yeah.
talking about a guy who has 300 pairs of
I don't
shoes.
know, man. Some of those and like Jordans are ridiculous. People are trading those like it's
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
like jewelry almost, like $200, $2,000, $3,000.
Yeah, there's a guy I used to go to high school with, and on his Instagram stories, he's always posting like, Jordan's the year, like, there's all this like info for it, selling for like $750 or best offer. I'm like, $750 for a pair of fucking shoes?
That are used, maybe been worn once, but
like
still.
if they're the nicest leather boots ever, maybe, but not.
Like I would want to wear those shoes. Like if I'm going to buy a pair of shoes, I'm going to wear them. I don't want to have them on a shelf just sitting there.
See, that's like I am. I'd rather just wear them and use them. And then once 2 or 3 go out, I'll go buy a couple pairs.
I mean, closet space is hard to come by, so it's like if you have, piles of shoes that you're not wearing.
Yeah,
that's good. Real.
Because usually I got like house shoes that I wear around the house, and then I got some that are strictly for like when it's rainy water outside. Because most of my shoes, they're not waterproof, so I'm either wearing my boots or a pair of basketball shoes. Then
I wonder if they have like you have that big gun safe, Keith. I wonder if they have. If they, that's a lot of money that could be stolen. I wonder if they store it in a big ass safe, especially their nicer
I know
pairs.
people that actually have like storage units, and it's like cataloged.
Jeez.
And it's like, oh my gosh, how do you have that many shoes?
That's crazy.
Like,
I do kind of get the addiction though, because I've probably, the most I've ever had at one point was probably like 70 discs. But I've either bought or had like total, because I give them away to people who are just starting, or you lose them, or whatever the case may be. But I probably had 150 discs over since I've been playing.
Yeah, but you're throwing most of those discs.
Yeah,
And you figure those are anywhere from $8 to $25 versus a pair of shoes.
Yeah, I was just saying I get the impulse to want to keep buying more and more.
Well, that and like if I find Ultra Boost at like half price, you're like, man, that's too good of a deal to pass up. Those are $200 pairs of shoes, and you can get them for $60 to $90. You're like, heck yeah, I'll do that. I'm saving so much money that way. Like,
you just buy them all in like different colors, or do you have any duplicates?
I don't have any duplicates. I've got like KU themed ones. I got the Patrick Mahomes ones when they came out.
Yeah, those are very bright, by the way.
Yeah, they're great, but I don't wear them much because I don't know.
Yeah, you wore them to the gun show, and you were wearing all black, and then those bright green shoes. It's like, okay, I know where Chris is at all times.
Yeah, I mean, they're comfortable, but I don't wear them all the time just because they're even harder to get, and people look at you like, why would you even wear those? Like, they're shoes, you're supposed to wear them.
Bright colors are,
Yeah, but I got like black pairs that I like all the time because they go with everything, and then KU, I got a couple crazy colored ones, but yeah, I usually just match whatever I'm wearing.
All right.
So
right on.
That's one of the hobbies I do. It's like fishing gear, man. Like, you got to have one of everything.
Sure.
Yeah, fishing's Austin. He'll be on the pod. I convinced him he's going to come on one of the podcasts, but man, he's like, the amount of money. He's like, I've never actually even roughly calculated how much I've spent, because I'd probably make me sick to my stomach. But he's like, I've spent ungodly amounts of money on fishing gear. It's like, it's so insane.
It's crazy. Like, I didn't think, like, you're spending like $2-3 here and there, but
until he started explaining it to me, I literally thought, okay, you have a pole with some string on it. Throw it in the water.
Like, go get some worms.
Yep.
Bags and bags of tackle.
Go dig around in the backyard, grab a couple worms, and get after it.
It's more complicated than that.
Yeah, he explained it to me, and I get it now. But
you drop a lot of money really fast on fishing, because you're like, oh, this is cheap, $5 for a pack of like 20 worms.
When you really get down to it, though, any hobby that you obsess about is going to end up costing way more money than the average person thinks it would cost.
Yeah, that is true. I don't know.
Until you get your neighbor to get you into a really expensive hobby like firearms, now you're like, yeah, I think I might drop $550.
Right?
It's like, what?
Well, then
it's crazy.
You drop, say, $550 on a gun. Well, now you're gonna buy ammo, which and that can get expensive real quick too.
Yeah, I got 150 rounds at Academy the other day for $40.
It's 100, right?
Oh yeah, 100. Sorry, that they didn't have the 150. That's what I was thinking of whatever you said, Browning or whatever was selling it. They didn't have any of those left, so it's Winchester.
Yeah, I was there.
100 rounds, $40.
I was there today, and this lady was sitting there on the phone with her husband, and she's sitting there like just hoarding certain ammos, and I was like,
At Academy or where?
Yeah, at Academy.
You're only allowed 4 boxes a person at a time.
I don't know, because she had like 7 or 8 boxes, like 6-pack Creedmoor, and I was like, just sitting there waiting, because I was like, I know there's a 4 limit on it. Never put them back. And I don't know if she went and hit them throughout the store or what.
So they did have a 6.5 Creedmoor?
Yeah, it was like $45 though. They're a Hornet A match grade, but I was like, between here and Bass Pro, that's the only place I can find it right now.
Did you buy any or no?
No, because she took them all.
Oh, God.
And I was like, God dang.
Right?
Should have accidentally bumped into her, knocked him out.
Well, she started walking up, and I was getting to grab him. She turned around and looked at me. I was like, oh, I don't even want to start with this.
This could be a Karen. I'm just going to walk away.
Yeah.
Man.
But, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Keith, did you ever decide what you're going to do for New Year's resolution?
Yeah, this YouTube channel and podcast. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, but that's just part of everyday life now.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm still waiting on you to come up with a workout plan for me.
Yeah. How about this? Do 50 push-ups, 50 air squats, and 50 sit-ups every day for a week.
Well, I can tell you right now, I can't do 50 push-ups.
Well, you don't do it, and not continuously. You can do it. You can do
10.
You can do 5 in the morning, 5 20 minutes later. Just as long as you get at the end of the day before you put your head on the pill, you get 50 in, and your strength will skyrocket at first. You'll be like, holy shit! You'll be sore, but
Yeah, I need to start doing that. We do have a workout room that.
yeah, he's got a bench. He's got free weights and everything in there.
Yeah, but that's also the ironing room. So now there's like just clothes
Sounds like
on it.
excuses
It
to
is.
me.
It is an excuse. I'm trying to come up with one. I just need to do it. It's trying to just get motivated to do it. Is once I get in that mode mindset, it is fine. But it's getting to do it.
Just set an alarm.
I remember back when I was single, out of college, living by myself, I'd work out twice a day because I had nothing else to do. And if any day I didn't work out, just I didn't feel right. I didn't feel like I got my days was like wasted. Yeah, it felt weird. I was mad if I didn't get my workout in. Now it's like, God, trying to get back into that, it's just hard.
Yeah.
'Cause, we all have day jobs, and then I try to do the YouTube stuff on the side, which does take a lot of time between recording and then editing, which takes even longer, and then taking care of the dogs that we have and just the house. By the time I'm done with that, I'm like wiped out.
Shit, even if you just started walking your dogs once a day.
I would if it's not like 20 degrees outside.
That or
I have never
you could wake up earlier.
Since you've gotten Hazel, I've never seen you walk the dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. When I used to work out, it'd just be stupid early.
Yeah.
Set an alarm, wake up, just go work out, and then by the time you're done working out, breakfast is ready.
Must be nice.
I'm getting up. With this dry January, I've been getting up so early lately. It's like a Benjamin Button type situation where, normally you stay up later, sleep in later, stay up, you move one direction. For some reason, I'm falling asleep earlier, but waking up, it's to the point where I wake up at 5 now, and I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm up now.
I know we had a hard time convincing you to do this podcast today.
Oh, my God. I got home from work, had to do a quick appointment, and I was just sitting there going, oh, I got to go talk and try and be entertaining.
Yeah, it worked out, though.
I just noticed you put the mic stand over there. You liking it?
I had this here last time.
Did you?
Yeah, and did you notice Chris has a different mic stand as well?
Yeah.
I noticed that last time, but I didn't notice yours was over there.
This is actually
This
the
is
first.
different.
Yeah,
the
this
other
is
one was back in the front and
Yeah.
towards me.
because that other.
So this is brand new for this episode?
Yeah, it was $20.
Looks nice.
Yeah, because that other one that he was using, I used for my overhead mic on the YouTube videos and try to. It's not a big deal switching out the microphones. It's just time consuming because taking them on and off and then the cords. I'm like, well, that $20 that could just be dedicated for that, and it's not.
Yeah.
It's shorter, more compact.
Wait, so is your microphone brand new then?
No, this is the one we've been using for the podcast. I just moved it from this side of the
I
table.
really haven't been paying
over
attention.
here.
No, I know, but the
Attention
actual
to
mic
detail.
itself.
I've had this mic
Yeah.
for a while now.
Jeez.
Just
I
attention
bought
to detail.
this mic when I bought the Rodecaster Pro because they make this mic to actually go with this mixer. Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, I'm like, well, I had 2 of those. I'm like, well, I want to get something different.
Yeah.
He's got to stand out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you guys can use this one if you want to.
It's all right.
I just like the way it looks. It looks cool.
It's funny when I was telling Austin he needs to come on here. He needed all the details. So concerned. All right, you guys have an outline. Is it written out? Is there going to be bullet points? It's just he wanted to know about it. And it's
I mean,
like,
we
well,
come up with some general topic ideas that we want to talk about,
And then
but
we just expand
that's
on
it.
them. Yeah.
Like before we started, I'm like, okay, guys, we're going to talk about the guns that you guys want, maybe the football and the whiskey, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
Mm-hmm. Hey, when are you going to do your restock inventory? When are you going to do that order?
Well, I got to wait for the money to hit the bank. So today's a holiday, MLK Day, so probably this week at some point.
Cool. Because I want to get those sites, and then
It's already turning.
Right?
and then you said it's best just to take it somewhere and have them install the new sites.
Yeah, because I don't have a site pusher, and you need those for
What's a site pusher do?
it pushes out the site.
Oh, it actually physically pushes out
Yeah.
the site?
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was like a term for like actual sighting it in.
No.
You don't have to do that with handguns, I'm guessing.
So you do to an extent, but yeah, they make a special tool, especially for Glocks, that kind of mounts to it, and then it like pushes it out on the
Almost like-
slide.
Kind of like a C clamp.
Kind of like that.
Cool.
I just don't have one. But yeah, I just don't do enough, custom work like that to actually go buy one. There's a couple different, like Centerfire, the range down the street will do it pretty cheaply, and there's also a Simmons gun smithing not too far from there that can do it as well, and they're pretty cheap on their prices, so I'd rather have them. They can knock it out pretty quick for you.
Cool.
Yeah, so what other, I know you're into disc golf.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Chris is in it, and then they convinced me to get into disc golf. So that's another hobby outside of guns.
Can't wait till it starts warming up so we can play more.
I was going to ask you want to go out and play like a snow round?
It's fun, but your hands get
Cold.
as fuck, yeah. Because, you have to dry off the disc constantly, so then your
Yeah.
towel's wet, but then you're constantly touching the wet. It's a snowball effect. No pun intended, and your hands get cold for sure.
I was thinking about that today. I was like, man, it'd be kind of fun to go play in the snow.
But and so my goal this year is to play in at least 10 tournaments.
That's doable, right?
Yeah, super doable. I might have to travel. I mean, I should, because it kind of has to do with, they're always on the weekend, so you have to make sure you don't have conflicting schedule. But for the most part, within the metro area of KC, I should be able to find those 10. And if not, Emporia has tournaments, seems like every other weekend. Lawrence has a bunch of tournaments, so I should be able to get it done pretty reasonably. Hopefully
yeah.
I get 10 in, halfway through the season and can tack on another 10 or 5 or something. But definitely goal is to get out there and play a lot more.
You got a
This
goal
year.
on like what you want to finish in each tournament?
No, not necessarily. I just want to get comfortable enough where I can play in the open, because I'm playing in advanced right now, and I do fine, but there's such a fine line between advanced and open around here. Unless it's like a really big tournament and pros, like traveling pros, come in, it's a pretty fine line between advanced and open. So I just want to get comfortable enough where I can play in open tournaments and at least, finish all right.
Okay.
Do you typically win money in these tournaments, or is it just...
You can in the open tournaments. There could be cash prizes, but a lot of times if you place, like I placed the last tournament I played in, I placed third, and I got, I think it was $100 to Dynamic Disc, just like a credit that I could only spend at Dynamic Disc, but I got like 3 discs and a shirt out of it, so wasn't
Nice.
too bad. And normally the entry fees are anywhere from $15 to $20. If you have your PDGA number, which is you spend $50 a month to get that, you get $10 off every tournament, and then you get like a free U-disc. Maybe they're charging this year, but then you get a reduced U-disc, which is like essentially a massive database that has all the different courses that can keep, as you're playing, enter
Keep
your
track
score
of
in.
you.
It keeps track of your scores, where you've done it at. You can, track a tournament live scores as you're playing through, stuff like that. So it's a pretty cool app. You get that with and then you get your PDGA number. So, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this year.
Heck yeah. So what's this? There's a show that you keep harping on us to
Yeah,
watch.
Peaky Blinders. Dude, you have to watch it.
I keep seeing like little memes for it, and I'm like, what is this? And I looked it up and found it, and I was like, maybe I need to watch it.
It's if you like crime family type shows, the main character is, his IQ's
Crazy.
off the charts. He's so smart, and it's set in like 1920s England, right after World War I. But then it's like him building up his crime empire essentially. But just the way it's written, it's really good. And I don't know, if you like crime shows like that, dude, it is so freaking good.
Yeah, because I just over the summer finished up Sopranos.
Mm-hmm.
Finally.
I haven't even watched it yet.
It's good. There's episodes that are hard to get through just because they're slow, but
I harped on Keith to start watching Sopranos because I was watching it at the time, and
Yep.
then I couldn't finish it, and Keith fucking blew through it and watched the whole thing.
well, I wanted to finish it because they came out with that movie
Mm-hmm.
that kind of picks up after that, and it's about Tony Soprano growing up. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to suffer through it, and I mean, it is good. Sopranos is good, but there are some episodes that are kind of hard to get through because they're slow, and it's the same stuff over and over again, pretty much. But it was good, and then the movie was good. I was thinking it's gonna be a little bit different than it was, but still a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
His actual son in real life played Tony Soprano as a kid, which was kind of cool.
Hmm.
But to get a lot of the stuff that they reference in the movie,
You need to watch
having
before.
watched the show, you kind of get
Okay.
what they're talking about
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So that helped. But I think even if you haven't seen the series, you could still watch the movie and understand it. You just won't get some of those other references that are in the series.
Yeah, I need to finish Yellowstone, which
Oh my god,
Keith got me into it, and I really like it, but
that is the best TV show ever.
there's so much to. What's hard is there's so much to watch all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like hard to, because the deal was I would watch Yellowstone if Keith would watch Peaky Blinders. Well, I ended up watching Yellowstone, and Keith got a episode or two into it and was like, "Man, I can't watch it." I think it's just because he can't understand the accent.
What I was trying to finish up Sopranos at the
Yeah.
same time. It's like I don't want to forget where I'm at on Sopranos, but yeah, Yellowstone is. Obviously, I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan.
Yeah,
If you can't
you
tell
got
by
me.
the banners and pictures in the background, but huge Game of Thrones fans. But that's my all-time favorite. But man, Yellowstone is a close number 2.
That's something I want to rewatch is Game of Thrones, because
It was so good.
when we first started watching it, we were still in college and we were on winter break, and so I think there's maybe 4 seasons or 5 seasons out at the time. And me and my wife binge watched the first 3 seasons so fast that it got to the point where everything started just blending together. You couldn't really like, wait, did that just happen or did that happen? It starts getting lost. So I definitely want to rewatch and get a better grasp of it, because
Hey, Keith got me on that.
over here.
Yep.
Keith got me on it this last
Dude fucking
summer, and I
loves it.
Well,
flew through it.
they're coming out with at some point. I don't know when the release date is, but kind of a prequel to Game of Thrones.
House of Dragon.
House of Dragon,
Yeah.
about the Targaryens before. Yeah, so it'll suck because obviously Daenerys Targaryen won't be in it, which sucks. But I think it'll still be kind of cool to watch.
Yeah.
And that's again with Yellowstone. They just came out with 1883, which is a prequel to Yellowstone about how the Duttons journeyed to Montana and how they acquired the land. So
I've actually watched that first now, and then I'm going to try to go back and do Yellowstone.
You guys talking about Game of Thrones, it's so funny. One of the things that I'm trying to do for New Year's is learn Spanish. In the app I'm using, Duolingo, I was looking through all the different languages. They have High Valerian as one of the languages that you can learn. I was like, holy shit, some nerds take it to the next level.
what about Dothraki? Is that in there?
No Dothraki, but they've got what is Spock? What is he?
I don't know. I was never.
Or Klingon or some shit like that.
There's Klingon. I know
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Sorry. There's Klingon that you can learn in the.
He's
through the
Vulcan,
app
I
too.
think. Spock's
Yeah.
Vulcan.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. But Klingon you can
Yeah.
learn as well.
Well, fair enough, I guess. You can find somebody else to speak that language. Sure.
Right. And
Go to like a
who took the time to teach you how to,
Oh.
to speak sentences?
Not only that, just make like a dictionary.
Mhm.
Who does that?
People that are really into it. Those
I guess.
guys that dress up at Comic-Con and.
Yeah.
But hey, if you're into that stuff, cool. you know, obviously
Something different.
I'm a Game of Thrones nerd, so I got all these flags and posters and pictures, artwork up. So yeah, to each his own.
Yeah. You got me into that, and then I'm a big Sons of Anarchy person. I could watch that all day.
I
long.
want to.
Yeah,
I want to watch it, but it's not on Netflix. Like I don't know how to watch it without.
It's on Hulu.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Like from the beginning?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would like it.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Well, yeah, it's on. It's either on Hulu or I'm pretty sure it's on Hulu, but it might be on Peacock.
Yeah, they used to have it on Netflix,
Mhm.
and I binge watched it like 3 times.
Yeah, I've seen it through twice, I think. But like that's like how it was with Peaky Blinders. I think I've seen it through 10 times
Yeah.
probably. Well, it's nice because it's 6 episodes per season,
Okay.
so it's not like you don't have to dedicate so much time to it. And they're able to put so much storyline into one episode. Each episode feels like a movie.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I need to start that up again. It where I left off, I think it was like 4 episodes in, and it started to pick up. So I need to get back. Now that it's winter and we can't disc golf, maybe I'll. And
Yeah,
Yellowstone
binge.
is over for probably the next year. Probably watch that again now that I've actually watched Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
I'm still on season 2, but
so funny.
It's so good.
I went ahead and got Apple TV just so I could watch Ted Lasso.
Yep.
And it is
Worth
pretty
it.
funny.
Worth
The
it.
amount of KC references that he does is
Oh, it's
awesome.
great.
Man, freaking Arthur Bryant's barbecue is getting so much publicity from Jason
Yeah.
Sudeikis in that show.
Yeah, and the best, in my opinion, the best episode was the first one when he's sitting down at the press conference and he's like, "We're gonna go out there and give it the best 4 quarters."
Yeah.
Halves, like everything he says is completely wrong about
So
the
used to
sport.
football. You know this is football, right? Like with
Right.
the soccer ball.
We're gonna go out there, and whether we win or we lose or tie. Wait, y'all can tie in this game?
Such a good show.
Yeah, for real.
It is. Well, cool. Well, yeah, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, don't forget to, like and subscribe to our channel so you can be notified every time we do come up with a podcast and any videos that we, put out. It might not be the gun that you have or be looking for, but, if there is something you do want to see, just let us know and we can try to make that happen.
Yeah, definitely comment. Let us know what other type of content you want us to be putting out.
Yep, and if there's any topics that you guys want us to talk about on the podcast, let us know as well. It is actually streaming on Amazon Music. They have a podcast section. It's streaming on there. Spotify. If you have a Buzzsprout account, it's on there as well. And then a couple other podcast sites. I'm still trying to get on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. It just takes forever for them to review our podcast to see if it'll be approved. So I checked it. They said it takes 5 days. That was, I don't know, a month ago. And I went back and checked it over the weekend when I was at the gun show, and it's still processing.
So many people are probably starting podcasts right now.
Oh,
that division's probably overwhelmed.
Yeah, that is. So
Thank you, COVID.
And then we'll definitely keep you up to date. Today's the 17th, so we'll let you know when we record our next one how Keith's 50 push-up, 50 air squat, 50 sit-up challenge is going.
Yep.
His he might not be able to use his arms, but we're gonna get him there.
Yep. So awesome, guys. Well, again, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and then any other podcast platform I think you can follow as well. So follow us for that as well. And yeah, we will see you guys on the next episode.
Have a good one.
Thanks for watching.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.